Alright, some of the tools or items you're going to need is a plunger, a set of channel locks, a flat screwdriver, a hacksaw or grinder. You're also going to need new Johnny bolts. You're going to need a wax gasket with or without the horn, depending on your application. You're also going to need a new riser, whether you use the polyurethane or use the steel braided flex line like I'm going to use. Alright, we'll first start by shutting off the water, reaching in, turning the valve off. Once you got that off, we'll go ahead and flush the toilet. And we'll hold the handle down, that way we can empty the whole tank of water. Alright, now that we holded the handle down and drained the tank of the toilet, I like to use the plunger. Give it a couple good plunges, push the rest of the water out of the bowl. That way when you carry it outside, we have less chance of spilling it. Alright, now that we have the bowl drained, we'll go ahead and move on by grabbing our channel locks and removing the supply line. Bottom. And top. We'll go ahead and discard that as we want to use a new one until we have no leaks. Alright, now that you got your toilet supply line removed, we'll grab our flat screwdriver, we'll pop off these decorative caps that cover the nuts that hold the toilet to the floor. We'll grab our channel locks, we'll take this nut all the way off. Once you got this side all the way done, we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Use that screwdriver, pop the cap off, use our channel locks, remove that nut. Alright, so we removed the nuts and the washers from both sides of the toilet. Now we can go ahead and lift it and remove it. Alright, now that we got the toilet removed, we can go ahead and grab some rubber gloves and a putty knife and remove the remainder of the wax gasket that was left behind. We'll also remove the 2 bolts that were used to hold the toilet to the floor. Alright, so we finished removing our old wax gasket and our old bolts. As you can see, this flange is in good shape, so we're not going to have to use one of those replacement flanges. If you did, just set it down, make sure these line up, and there'll be 6 screw tabs all on the outside. You're going to have to put screws down into your subflooring. If you have tie, you're going to have to drill through them. But this one's in good shape, so we're not going to have to do that. So we can just go ahead and reinstall our new Johnny bolts. Wiggle them into place. Do the left and the right. You want to make sure they're pointing straight up and down and make it easier to put the toilet up. If they're a little bit tilted, it's going to be a little bit harder. We'll install our new wax gasket. We're using one with a horn here. Slide that in position, readjust the bolts, and with that done, we can go ahead and set down our new toilet. Alright, so we have our new toilet set in position, both Johnny bolts up through the toilet base. Next, we're going to open the caps that came with our new toilet. We're going to grab the little plastic washer. This one does say this side up. You need to make sure that side is up when you place it on the Johnny bolt. We'll install that on the Johnny bolt. Next, we'll grab our metal washer that came in our Johnny bolt set. Put that next. Lastly, we'll grab the nut and put that on. So we'll thread that all the way down until it touches the toilet base. We'll grab our channel locks, we'll give it a couple turns to snug it up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so we finished tightening down our nuts on the Johnny bolts to hold the toilet to the floor. Be careful not to over tighten it, as you can crack the toilet. So next we'll take our hacksaw or grinder or cutoff wheel. We'll cut the bolt just above the nut. That way we can put our cap down and it'll snap and lock into position. Alright, so we finished cutting the bolts just above the nut so we can snap on our caps. We'll do the same to the other side. Alright, so we finished installing our flex line. Now we can go ahead and turn the water back on and check for leaks. If you do have dripping around here, you can tighten the packing nut and the valve. Alright, so our toilet stopped filling with water. As you can see, we're over our water line, probably about a good 1/4 inch. So we're going to have to adjust our fluid master here to bring the water level down. So we're going to turn this counterclockwise, probably 5 or 6 turns to lower the float to get less water in here. Then we'll crack open the flapper just a little bit by pressing the handle, just enough to turn it back on so we can see where our level's at. Now we're just a whisker above, which is good. Another reason this homeowner upgraded is because this is an insulated tank. It has insulation all around the tank. So during the summer, if your toilet sweats, you want to install an insulated tank like this so it doesn't. Alright, so we finished adjusting our water level in our tank. Reinstalled the cover on our new tank. Give it a few test flushes. Checked around the base. Also rechecked the flex line for any leaks. There is none, so we're good. So with that, you finished installing a new toilet or replacing your toilet in your house because it wasn't working properly or because you wanted to upgrade or update your bathroom.